If you lived in the Squid Game universe and happened to be such a degenerate gambler that you ruined your life, and then some random guy's like, hey, you, and you're like, me? He's like, yeah, you piece of shit. You want to be rich? And you're like, yeah, I want to be rich. So then they give you a business card, and then you call the number on the business card, and then when you call, they tell you, oh, go to this random ass street, and this random ass van is going to pick you up. So the van gets there, and then the driver's like, all right, get in. Now, realistically, most people are not going to get in a random ass van. Like, we learned this shit in elementary school. But in this scenario, we're all gamblers pieces of shit. So then when the driver says, get in, we're like, okay. So then you get in the van and get knocked out by the sleeping gas, and might have gotten fondled, maybe not, who knows, you were knocked out by some gas, but then you wake up in some random ass island. And the rules are pretty simple. You play all these kid games. If you win, you become a millionaire, but if you lose, you get eliminated. Now in these scenarios, I'm only going to talk about the games that are in the actual island itself, not any games outside the island. Now in season 2, we start off with Red Light Green Light again, but this time Ji-hun is back and he tells everybody in the beginning of the game, stop, I've played these games before. And everybody's like, yeah, fucking dumbass, we've all played this game before as a kid's game. And then he's like, no, okay, no, I get what you're saying. That's, yeah, we've all played this game, obviously. But no, I'm saying like if you move, you're gonna get shot and die. So like, please don't move. And at the beginning, everybody's skeptical. Like who the fuck is this guy? Like, what is he talking about? But even up to this point, if you're skeptical, you're still not gonna move just because, like, I mean, you want to win the money. But like I've said before, there's always gonna be that first dumbass that's gonna move. And in this case, it's some girl that gets a B on her, which I don't even blame her. But even if you don't think you're gonna get shot, there's millions on the line. So what? Like, I would, at least personally, I wouldn't move. Plus, it's very unlikely for a bee to sting you unless you're fucking with the hive or some shit like that. So you should be fine either way. Also, this goes without saying, but don't be pushing people. That's fucked up. Don't do that shit. Especially if you know they're gonna die if you push them. Like, you're a piece of shit for that. And also, wait, are you taking drugs? Is that, did I just see you take a pill? What is that? Are you serious? You're seriously taking drugs right now? Give me one. But in all seriousness, unless you're that first girl that got a B on her or a person that got pushed by Thanos, there's no excuse to fucking die in this game. So I think I would get past this one. The second game in Squid Game is the one with the 5 little mini games. And this one is where shit starts to get complicated because you have to pick the right people to be on your team. If not, you're gonna die. Now, the first person that I would try to team up with is Ji-hun because obviously he's played these games before. And then I'll be like, hey, Ji-hun, can I be in your team? Please, you've played these games before. And he's gonna be like, yeah, you could be in my team, of course. But these weren't the games that I played the first time around. So like, you could still be in my team if you want. And then I'll be like, fuck, you said you played these games before. I don't want to die. I don't want to die, please. And then he'll be like, I mean, get your shit together, please. Are you going to be in my team or not? And then I'll be like, yeah, I'll be in your team. And like, at least in this game, you and your team get to choose which one of you are going to play which game. And there are 5 little mini games. The first one is Dakchi, which Dakchi, you have to like pretty much just like slap a piece of paper into another piece of paper on the floor and make that other piece of paper flip over. The other game is that you have to throw a stone to another stone and hit that stone with the stone that you're holding. Long story short, just hit that fucking stone with your stone. That's all. Just hit the fucking stone with the stone that you're holding with the stone. Just hit the stone. Just hit the stone with your stone. That's it. The third game is Gonki, and with Gonki, you have 5 pieces, and you have to toss a piece into the air while grabbing the other ones that are on the table. Once you get to the part where you're holding all 5 pieces, you have to flip those pieces to the back of your hand, and then back to the palm of your hands. The third game is kind of like Blade Blades, but like with a rope. And I know if you come from a Hispanic background, for the most part, you might have seen this game before, which my parents, they call it trompito. So yeah, I've played that game before. And the last game is like hacky sack, but whatever the fuck this is. And me, I would pick the one of the stone that you throw to the other stone, because that one's fucking, that's easy as shit. So I would beat that one. And like, not to toot my own horn, but I think I would beat almost any other mini game in this level. The only one that I would say like, don't pick me for that one, because we will all die, is Dakchi. Because I've never played that one before, ever in my whole life. And it looks easy, but I know it's not. So just another one of you do it. And since all of them are Korean and like probably have played that game before, and I'm like not even a little bit Korean, like whatsoever, I would just say like, hey, one of you please cover that game. Like, you should be able to beat it. So if nobody chokes and everybody just does what they have to do, we should be good. So I think personally, if I chose the game that I chose and everybody did their part, I think I would get past this level. So I want to say I'd move on from this game and make it to the next level. The next game is called Mingo, and in Mingo there's 50 rooms and you start off in a rotating platform. Once the music stops and the platform stops, a lady in the loudspeaker is going to tell you to go into one of the rooms with a specific amount of people. Whoever doesn't make it into one of the rooms before the timer stops, fucking it dies. Also, if you're in the room with the wrong amount of people, you also die. Now, the two best strategies in my opinion is find a group of people and like communicate and just like split up based on what the lady on the loudspeaker is telling you. The second strategy, and the one that I would probably do, is like just run to any room as soon as the music stops. Because that way people are going to come to you no matter what, and I'm going to be just waiting in that room for the specific amount of people. And I'm sorry, first come, first serve. If you're not here on time, you're going to die. And if you're here on time, I'm going to push you out if there's too many people. All in all, I think I would probably beat this game. Like, I would just be a piece of shit if I have to. So, yeah, I would get past this one. The next game is called Lights Out, and in Lights Out, it's just like pretty much just don't get killed. And like, yeah, you could either go and actively try to murk people or like hide and just like try to stay safe as much as you can, which is what I would do. I would just like try to stay in a corner, and then like if you come attack me, then I'm gonna kill the fuck out of you. If you leave me alone, I leave you alone, and that's it. I'm just gonna stay in my little corner and chill for the rest of the night. Awesome. So like we made it all through season 2, and then now we're in season 3. It's whatever. Just another day for us. Success. The next game is called Hide and Seek, and in Hide and Seek, like the fucking name says it, you hide or you seek. If you hide, obviously hide, don't get caught. And if you're seeking, you have to find somebody and kill them within a certain amount of time. And at first, you don't get to pick if you're hiding or seeking, like it's random. Like whatever it's assigned to you is assigned to you. But after everybody gets their assignments, you get to negotiate with somebody else to see if you're gonna hide or seek, or like vice versa. And in this game, blue shirts have to hide and red shirts are the ones that are gonna have to seek and try to kill somebody. Now, if I have to hide, I'm going to try to negotiate and try to be a red shirt and try to like find somebody and kill them. Like I'm going to try to trade that position. But if I can't, then what I would do is just like lock myself in one of these rooms with the key that I have. And if somebody comes in the room that's a red shirt, I'm just going to fucking attack them immediately and like ambush them. So like just get in a room in a little corner. If somebody comes in, attack them. That's the best way to survive. Also, another good strategy is to like try to group up with as much as blue shirts as you can. And whoever walks in the room that's a red shirt, just like ambush them and attack them and get their knife. Now, if I'm seeking, I'm chilling, because all I have to do is find somebody and stab them to death, and like that's it. I move on. I get to like, obviously afterwards, like I'm gonna fucking have psychological trauma because I've never killed and stabbed somebody to death before. So that's probably gonna stay with me. But besides that, pretty easy. So yeah, if you're a red shirt, you should be able to beat this game, unless like, oh, I don't know, your own fucking mother betrays you and stabs you in the back after you try to protect her the whole time for a little bitch ass baby and a mom that she's literally never ever met before in her life. So I don't know. What I do know is that my mom would not do that shit. My mom would not fucking stab me in the back for some random ass bitch and a baby. But that's just my mom. My mom literally loves me more than anybody else in this world, so like she would not do that shit to me. But on the other hand, I wouldn't try to kill a baby and her mom. But that's just me. I mean, unless the time is running out and like they're right in front of me, then I'm sorry to that baby and her mom. But besides that, I wouldn't do that. I would try to find somebody else to stab. Either way, if I'm hiding or seeking, I'm passing the fuck out of this game. The next game is Jump Rope. And Jump Rope, the only hard part about this game is that like if you mess up, you're gonna fall to your death. That's the only scary thing. And I'm scared of heights. So like I would be, my knees would be a little bit shaky. But I think I would get past this one. What I would do is I would get a running head start and I would be the first one to go. Because if you start waiting for people to go before you, that's where shit starts getting weird. Because then, like you saw, people start pushing people off and like people start messing up and people like freeze. And then now you have to like waste even more energy that you don't have to waste. So yeah, the best thing to do is just go as quick as possible. The only people that I give a pass of like not passing this game is people that got pushed off or the girl that was pregnant that like twisted the fuck out of her ankle and like her shit looked bad. Like there was nothing she could have done. There was nobody that could pick her up and like jump at the same time and get through that level. And like she couldn't have jumped either. Like there was nothing to do. She was fucked. But my ankles are good as fuck. Yeah, they clickety clack once in a while, but either way, I would have gotten past this level easy. The final game is Squid Game. And in this game, there's 3 pillars, and in each pillar, there's a button in the middle, and once you press that button, you and the other players pretty much have to pick a person that's gonna be pushed off the pillar and like die and fall to their death. Everybody who makes it through all the pillars and gets to the end gets to split the money and like go home and be rich and survive and be happily ever after. And throughout this whole game, everybody's trying to convince Ji-hun to like just throw the baby off because it's like the baby counts as a player. So like just throw him off. What the fuck does he know? What is he gonna remember? Just throw that little fucking bitch ass baby off. Now from the very first round, I'm gonna grab that pole and whoever's gonna try to fuck with me, I'm gonna just swing and like just swing crazily and you're not gonna get me off the pillar. But if nobody fucks with me, I'm not gonna fuck with anybody and I'm gonna let everybody decide like who they want to push off. Obviously, don't push me off because I'm just gonna swing and like I'm gonna fuck you up pretty much. What I would do is that at the beginning of every pillar, I'm pressing the button in the middle to start every round. And like as soon as it starts, you motherfuckers have to figure it out. Also, I will say I would try to help Ji-hun because he helped me in that 5-legged game. Remember earlier on, he helped me and he was like, yeah, you could be in my team. And I was like, oh, thank you, man. And also, he has a knife. So, like, that's a bonus. Also, if I'm in there, 333 would have been gone by the second pillar, because he's just like, he doesn't seem trustworthy. He's just a piece of shit. Also, I would have tried to convince everybody to push 203 by the first pillar, because like I would say like, yo, he was pushing people off in the jump rope and you don't even have to do that. So like, he sucks. Let's just like push him off. And I think everybody would agree. So yeah. So honestly, I think I would make it to the end, and like whoever's there with me, fuck it, we could split the money and we'll be chilling. So yeah, and if it ends up being me, Jihan and the baby, fuck, I'm so sorry, Jihan and the baby, but like one of you motherfuckers are gonna have to go. Either way, whatever happens, I'm holding on to that pole and I'm winning the fuck out of this game and being rich. So yeah, and that's how Squid Game ends. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please give a like and subscribe if you haven't. Have a good night, good time, good life.